All right, all right, all right. So it's only Wednesday, and Poetic Flakko, he's been getting marked out left and right all week long. We'll have to see how Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday go for him. Um, Now, before we get into Flacco, I think it's important to note that King Pill was on the Tuesday No Jumper show, and he decided to take some mushrooms allegedly, and you know, I'm all about the sober life now, but I have dibbled and dabbled with the good old fungus here and there in a past life, and just a little word of advice: if you are going to partake in that type of activity, you probably don't want to do that at a place like No Jumper One, unless you're a seasoned vet with being around, all the different personalities of No Jumper. Um, to go even further than that, I think it's just a general rule of thumb if you want to enjoy your trip to not really, geek up and then go to a place where you're the new, essentially the new kid at school, where you're meeting a bunch of people for the first time. But that's what King Pill did, and he ended up not having a good time. He went from vibing to not vibing probably within 20 minutes of arriving, and he did arrive about 20 minutes late on top of this. Um, well, yeah, I don't know if he drove or what, but driving on those things, that's worse than drinking 10 beers and driving. That's something I would highly you know, tell you not to do. Yeah, you might want to get an Uber if you're gonna eat one of those chocolate bars, you might want to arrange a ride beforehand. But I don't know if he drove or anything like that, but he did attempt to fight Adam after the podcast, and they basically as soon as the podcast ended, they announced the flyer for the No Jumper News that will be happening, later today. And it's getting interesting. It's getting lit, if you will. King Pill was basically brought in to replace for extra, and it looks like he might have already crashed out of that position, partially thanks to being impaired. However, back to the topic at hand. Uh, the Poetic Flacco week-long markout, it actually started on Community, sort of, because, you know, AD, he's Poetic Flacco's protector. I'm not sure exactly why. Um, he just really loves protecting Poetic Flacco from not just like physical stuff, but just in general, like with the back and forth and different beefs that he has. So like AD had one of Poetic Flacco's top ops, Rich Trapper. He had him on the show on Community, but he kind of immediately is going to pick Poetic Flacco's side. So we're gonna save that clip for the very end of the video. We're gonna start off with the good stuff, with the juicy things. That's like a well done steak. Yes, I'm black, but contrary to Lush's belief, not all black people like eating well done red beef. I don't know where he got that stereotype from, or maybe it's just a matter of exposure. But anyways, we're gonna get into some nice medium rare and whatnot things with some juice. Before we get into where this all started, which was Rich Trapper going on Community and attempting to get at Poetic Flacco. He invited him to the podcast appearance, which is going to be a reoccurring theme here. But yeah, what was particularly enjoyable for me was to watch the No Jumper cast finally speak up and say something about Poetic Flacco and his strange behavior. Munchie B, not one to really bite his tongue, he finally had enough and said, "Why is Flacco, talking shit to the guest via a super chat?" Which, by the way, this is the first time in Flacco's keyboard warrior little spree that he's been on the last few weeks that I've caught that he actually did a super chat. He won't even super chat Brandon. He won't super chat back on Fig. He won't super chat community, but he'll super chat no jumper. Uh, he gave them a $10 super chat to read his hatred for King Pill. Unfortunately, King Pill actually proves Flacco right. But I do think that it needs to be pointed out that he didn't give any of those other people that could probably use his $10 more than No Jumper. Not even a dollar. He doesn't give super chats to those other shows that I listed. He just comments and if they read it type shit. But anyways, let's get into these clips.
Yeah, look, Poetik Flakko, $10 donation. This dude King Pill sucks. Worst pod in a while. Let's talk about that. What's going on with you and Flakko?
Look, Flakko, bro.
They say he high.
That's not respected.
Yeah, I'm faded as a motherfucker.
And you work here, you could come say that to him.
Man, you could have been right
that
here.
Ain't cool, Flakko, for real. And I have to explain to Flakko, man, Pill is entertaining. That's what he doing, bro. Because I've been on the phone, King Pill, and he dialoguing and dealing with his son and some more shit. So I'm like, hey, man, finish your workout, all of those shits. He regular, but
yeah.
To send $10, bro, you could put $10 in your tank to come up here and tell him that ain't straight, bro.
Like I'm gonna be real. Yeah, I feel like because we've had this argument in the No Jumper group chat, King Pill, where Flacco's basically saying that you're the spawn of Satan and that you are gonna fall off and you're no good and yada yada. And then like we're all kind of saying like
we all defend you.
Right now, I'm not gonna lie, you're kind of ass right now. I don't know like what happened or whatever.
Man, because I'm just feeling like I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. All these new topics and shit besides the hand blowing up and shit, the shit boring. The shit watered down. Niggas ain't fading in Los Angeles.
Okay, what do you want to talk about?
No niggas fading in Los Angeles. Shit looking weak. Shit looking turned down. All these fights was lined up. Ain't no fights happening.
What did we talk about?
No Jumper ain't had no fades.
His hand.
You gotta look for a
That's
fade.
it.
No, because people don't want to tarnish or blemish their reputation by losing to somebody they don't expect them to lose to. So when you call a fade out like that, you're not gonna get it.
I didn't understand shit you just said, fool. That's what Lush's ain't shit going on in Lush's brain. That went in one ear, out the other.
Yeah, I'm just saying though, this shit looking real watery. We got bullshit ass topics. This shit was turned up.
We have today's the best topics we had in a while.
Great topics.
We got so many good topics.
Hold on, do me a favor. Hold on. FaceTime 600. He'll give you a fade.
Man, I already told Blood. He said he turned down 20,000. Tried to go up to 50,000. He said 20,000. Like 4 days later, called back, say he need 50,000.
No,
what changed overnight?
Speaking for him, right?
What changed overnight, nigga? Take the dub.
Or the way to turn down the fade
I'ma
is
take
to
the dub.
Put the price too high.
Yeah,
sure.
Either turn it down or boost it up. That's the only options. Yeah. I'm just saying, shit just looking real watery to me. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie to you. We got bullshit ass topics, fireworks and all kind of shit. Niggas should have been catching fades.
Okay, what could be more worthy of discussion than a No Jumper host who's very, very popular blowing his fucking hand off? Like, what more are you looking for in a topic?
That shit is like the one.
Yeah, like what could be like on any
Because
regular
they
week?
say either or two.
On a regular week, we might be talking.
No. That's them things talking. That's what that is. If King Pill had like an extra critique, he could have, he just needs to be more aware. Because if he was truly aware, he could have said, well, I watched you guys on the Monday news yesterday talk about this exact same topic for 40 minutes straight. And, that was more necessary because the event took place over the weekend when nobody had a chance to cover it as far as No Jumper style. Unless you about to fire up the home office or whatever. And so that was y'all first chance to talk about it. But since you just talked about it for 40 minutes yesterday, why are we going to start off the Tuesday show talking about it again for 40 minutes or whatever runtime that they spent on the topic?
Talking about, the Clips just dropped a new album, which granted, hip hop for sure, but not really, not really as salacious as the hand thing. We're still, the jury is out on the blindness thing. I know that there has been some issues. I've heard some people say that his vision's fucked. I've heard some people say that it's gotten significantly better. So I don't really know who to believe right now.
King Pill, I got one for you, bro. Cause this nigga disgraced the beat and he a clout chaser. He'd take $10 or some clout. Sassy badass, whoop him out. And I don't think he gonna turn it down because he won't clout bad.
No, I'm not really trying to go that route. You feel me?
You don't want to beat on the snitch?
No, I was trying to do like the B team.
He not a part of the B team though.
Oh yeah, man. But I'm just saying they don't really got no clout. He got like fake followers, low views. What I'm gonna get? What I'm gonna gain off of that? Really?
No,
You just 4 extra.
Snoop Dogg need to sign some other people. Get it bracket.
Nah, but Pill, you gotta be. You can't do the same thing 4 extra did. You feel
Who you
me?
calling?
No,
that's
I don't be
different,
doing nothing like him.
I
What?
gotta call my
That's
girl.
what I'm saying though.
Like what?
Because he wouldn't.
What?
I thought I was
let
your
you
girl.
fight him because you.
You're one of my girls.
He's a bigger name. You a bigger name than Snoopy.
Snoopy
I'm just saying,
badass.
if we had the money, you gonna
Snoopy
really line it
badass.
up? I'm not about to entertain
Radio.
this shit.
You don't want to talk to him?
If you're gonna line it up, I'm entertaining.
We're talking about a King Pill Snoopy badass boxing match. Tania as the ring girl.
I'ma knock him down like an
Fuck him and his mama.
He said, what happened?
Nigga, fuck out of here.
Oh,
What happened?
whoa, he hung up.
He said, what?
Damn.
He said you're a belly dancer.
Fuck him and his mama.
Fuck you and your mama.
That's a new way of turning
Oh, you
shit
must
down.
be
They niggas
high.
get creative.
Is that?
It sound like he going. It sound like he working with
I
Wyatt.
didn't even get.
So they're over here trying to match up King Pill with a boxing event or whatever, because he's now the prize fighter. Until further notice with the 4 extra situation, right? No, I don't think anybody would have guessed that King Pill would feel some type of way and want to fight Adam of all people. And that word "tried" really sticks out because that implies that King Pill at the very least squared up. I don't know if we're gonna find out at noon on a Wednesday, but if he squared up, did he throw a chair? Like, what exactly does tried imply in this situation? It's not like it's never happened, but it's a pretty rare occasion that a guest, but in this case, a host, attempts to fight Adam. I don't know if a host has ever tried to fight Adam. Guest for sure, here and there. Even that's pretty rare, but a host is kind of crazy. But anyway, speaking of fighting, part of what even stirred this whole situation up is I guess King Pill has a song out or that's coming out soon, something like that. That disses Young Aunt Hefe's hood, and Adam he wrote it into the topics, being how Adam gets down. He's a little messy. He gonna pair people up that he knows have tension, and then ask them about the tension in a kind of crazy way. And Young Aunt Hefe wasn't going for it. King Pill and Young Aunt Hefe kind of had a little back and forth real quick, and they decided to move on past the topic prematurely. Usually they like to linger on the topic long enough for everybody to kind of shoot their shot at it, see who could kind of cover the best, and whoever covers the best might get a clip out of it, type thing. That's kind of their method at No Jumper, right? But with this one, Aunt Hefe shut that shit down. He said, "We ain't about to linger on this topic because if you was just in the hood, blah blah. Like, I don't care. I don't care that you remixed it and changed it now." Well, but they were both kind of saying the same thing. Where he's saying like, "Yeah, I changed it because I didn't want to. I ended up not wanting to diss the hood." So actually, just by talking that out, I could see why King Pill would be upset with Adam, because Adam didn't have to bring up that King Pill changed the lyrics to the song, but then this song wouldn't be a topic for this No Jumper show and for this particular lineup, right? So it is a lot of that's a lot of scheming to kind of try to get a situation out of Young Aunt Hefe and King Pill, in my opinion. And then on top of that, there's of course the tension of Munchie B and Young Aunt Hefe. They were kind of politicking back and forth because some people from 4 Extra neighborhood didn't like Munchie B's semi-joking reaction to 4 Extra blowing his hand off with a firework over the weekend. In my opinion on that, in Munchie B's defense, is he gets made fun of for being the blind blood every day, every single day. There's always a different joke. He deals with the super chats, takes him on the chin, and there's not really much sympathy for Munchie B. So I wouldn't really expect Munchie B to have too much sympathy when something similar happens to another person, especially when it's self-inflicted. That you did this to yourself. And then nobody run down on you and throw the firework at you or nothing like that. This was a self-inflicted wound. I'm talking from Munchie B's perspective. You already know in my original coverage, I said prayers up to 4 Extra, and I'm gonna stand on that. I hope he heals to the best that the situation allows him to heal, and can continue to grow. I didn't realize 4Extra was as famous as he is until like dudes literally on Fox News, the Kevin Gates shit, Lamar Jackson tweeting support. I was like, oh dang, like 4Extra is like stupid famous. I didn't realize that. But yeah. Anyways, super chat is gonna trigger kind of some more attention in the room, bringing up the stuff that if you watch the full live. I'm actually not gonna clip the back and forth right here, because honestly, I'm waiting until Wednesday at noon to see what's popping with what happened, what happened after the show. I wish somebody would have captured it or just a snippet, just drop a little trailer or something. So I'll be waiting until noon, like I'm sure most of y'all would want to know what happened with Adam getting offered a fade from King Pill. So yeah. Anyways, though, super chat spun back around on the topic that never really had to be a topic in King Pill's mind. So that's gonna kind of bring the tension back into the room. But also they found a way to tie Flakko into it. Because as y'all know from the thumbnail and title of this is about Flakko continually getting marked out. Pretty much every podcast and kind of took their shots at him this week, either by way of the guest or in this case, Lush One's gonna get some shit off his chest and kind of really finally strike back because Lush has been getting, I would say he been getting bullied by Brandon and Flakko on the Thursday show for the last 2 weeks in a row, and he recently said he might just air the office out if some things don't change. So Lush is putting his foot down. Let's check it out.
Anyway, Wolf said, now that Flakko and Hefe are Muslim besties, you can tell Flakko been trying to get Hefe to hate on Pill too, LMAO.
Oh, he been trying to bait him in?
If I had read that before, I wouldn't have read it, but...
Man, they love to hate the Pill, man.
That is the most sped narrative.
Came out of nowhere.
Like, to be honest, I don't even know.
Slide first.
Like, Hefe, have you and
Is Flakko trying to pull you into his...
up before
you still haven't, right?
Have y'all ever talked?
You and Flakko haven't really talked like that, right?
Oh, we had a few words in that chat. We ain't never really chopped it up.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah. So.
He used the Muslim thing as his escape plan on that whole little tension.
Oh, 1,000%. We haven't heard a peep about it since, right? This fool's eating fucking Slim Jims one day.
Eating Slim Jims one day. So I'm gonna let Lush finish telling us about how Flakko was eating a plural amount of Slim Jims one day, but something right there stands out. The whole Flakko, one, he hated on Aunt Hefe. The second that he got a No Jumper interview, Flakko was upset. And then once Aunt Hefe started coming around to be on the Tuesday shows and whatnot, Flakko was like, no, I'm not even going to be in the building at the same time as bro. He was really trying to like make it like it's really smoke. Aunt Hefe is really, who he says he is when it comes to his street credibility. He's like, man, if it was beef with me, you would know. Like, I don't know what bro's problem is. He's crazy. He's tripping. I'm not about to do nothing to him. I'm just here to get my money. It's Aunt Hefe. He don't care about nothing but what the check say. But then, see, so Flakko kind of fabricated the whole beef with young Aunt Hefe. Then just to turn around and try to make it seem like he's giving him, I'm going to back up off you. I'm going to give you the easier way out because you're also a Muslim. Like, how you gonna make it seem like you're giving Aunt Hefe the easy way out when you're the one who was making it a bigger issue than what it was? You're a weirdo.
And then he's like, oh, I found out Aunt Hefe is a Muslim. Oh, me too. I can't beef with you, my brother.
The best thing, yeah. I hope I'm not saying
literally
too
was
much.
Eating Slim Jims,
I hope I'm not saying too much, Flakko. I'm not trying to throw her under the bus, but the fact that he was like allegedly hanging out with a girl and then the 4Extra thing happened and he immediately like canceled the date and went home to make a video about it immediately.
I got Navy Federal too.
Fuck these hoes, Flakko. Get that money,
need to link up.
He was paying.
Throw a 50 ball in there.
Hey, so he canceled his date and went home and made some content
So I think he brought her with him, but he immediately, whatever he was doing, 4Extra blow his hand up, it's over. I'm making videos.
No, that means he putting his chili first.
I know, honestly, I didn't even think about that, but I guess I could have
that's fire.
Had the same thing, go post up with the phone, be like, damn, my homie lost his hand. What the fuck?
That's going to be a crazy interview, right?
I feel like I'm a little bit past that, but for Flakko. I mean,
no, because Flakko,
he's the breaking news guy.
But
Yeah.
Flakko a content junkie though.
Yeah,
he's a content junkie, and all he was finna be doing is spending money on the pussy anyway. So he might as well get money. Like,
well, hey man, if Adam wasn't trying to say too much lush for sure, said too much right there and is about to say more.
It's not like he was on a date with a regular girl.
But Flakko just like that is so much more valuable as a narrative for Flakko than anything else that was happening. One mic.
I got my phone.
One mic. One like that's so much more valuable than everything else, that has probably happened in the last month. Like he rushes to make videos about things that are way less relevant than that.
I'm not mad at Flock for getting to the chili over entertaining a lady of the night.
You can't just assume that every girl he's with is a hooker.
I think it's a fair. Have we ever heard a story of him like? And I don't want to make that assumption because it might be the one time it's like a regular girl. So no disrespect to her, but
the one time.
Never. He drove down Fig.
All right,
Flakko down Fig.
Flakko down Fig is crazy. Hey, if that's all King Peel's gonna contribute to the No Jumper Tuesday show ever, I appreciate your contribution, brother. If you get a second chance, since you know that you get angry off of any type of substance, even shrooms, I shouldn't even say even shrooms because, like I said in the intro, if you take them in the wrong place, you're setting yourself up for failure. But appreciate you, King Pill. That's goated. Now, before we transition over to the Fig side, actually, a nice little segue. We're gonna just go on a little intermission, a little trip down memory lane, and some more of this memory lane stuff will become more relevant once we finally get to the AD part of this video, AD and Rich Trapper, that is. But I just want to I want to let you guys know that what you're listening to is Poetik Flakko. He's gonna literally have what I would assume is some box in his lap that he could have for free. But he's a trick. He's like the Michael Jordan of tricking, I guess, because he's gonna offer up the money for the love of the game. You don't even gotta offer the check, and he's gonna offer it up for the love of the game. And it has to be audio only because the actual footage is despicable. But yeah, check this out, and then we'll hop right in the back on Fig.
He's about to send you his whole YouTube check. Be like, all right, what's this get me?
3K. Yeah, I need
YouTube channel?
Yeah, I got you.
When?
Whatever you want.
What do you do? What's your name on YouTube?
Poetik Flakko.
You gonna put me on YouTube if I
No.
You gonna make me famous?
Yo, listen, I can make you famous.
Sheesh. Now, see, he dodged the first sketchy question. Can I get on your YouTube if I you know what I mean? But then, the person that was sitting on his lap was very persistent and hit the follow-up question, and he folded for that one. Yeah, I can make you famous. All right, Poetik Weinstein, be careful. Be careful out there. You're already paying, so you don't even got to do it. You gave her enough. I'm telling you, he tricking for the love of the game. You don't even got to pay, and you paying.
I thought I was coming up here for a fade today, but he PC'd a nigga up, but I don't know if we're going to get to that. It's his show.
Flakko?
Yeah, man.
Flakko
with no fade, bro.
Flakko asked to be to do an interview with you.
Yeah, wife. So I'm here.
And then I said, okay, let me go over here and do it. I was a couple days late. I said, all right, for sure, I'm going to set it up. And then I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, let me set it up. Boom. So I hit Flakko. I'm like, Flakko, he said he want to do it. You want to do it a day you available? He was like, I ain't doing it no more. He apologized on the community.
That's what happened.
No smoke.
We all saw that episode live.
We all saw that episode live. Whatever. I ain't finna get no more blood smoke.
This nigga will lie about some shit that happened on live. That we all seen happen.
No, that's what he said.
What did you see happen? Or you didn't watch Community?
I didn't even watch it.
Damn, you don't watch AD shit?
That's what he said.
Wow, bro, you didn't watch Community?
I didn't watch it that day.
That's fucked up. But he can go back and watch it though, because I watch all that shit. I go back and watch it.
That's fucked up.
Did you watch the episode?
No, I didn't.
Damn, you don't fuck with Community?
So what did you actually say?
I told that nigga to pull up.
You told him to pull up, so you didn't apologize.
No, why would I do that?
I don't know.
That's so whack. Why Flakko not here? Why Flakko not? No, I'm not that. Why Flakko not here? I was gonna pull up at y'all show today. I Smack was doing his thing.
Niggas like to say where it's safe.
Nice
You know niggas ain't gonna pull up. Niggas like to say where it's safe at.
Mac Wop nice ass over there. Oh, egging I'm just saying. Mac Wop egging Flacko fat ass up. No, he smell like hot dick and dynamite all in that chair. He's on the set, nigga. What the fuck? On game. Smack the only nigga that's taking up. Smack the nigga like, well, that's that. Oh yeah, this thing. He been talking. You just thinking, I'm asking you to pull up. You nice as fuck. No, don't do that. You didn't ask me to pull up.
I told T-Rail I was coming up here today with the gloves. That nigga hit me back. Oh, that nigga not even coming.
I'll pull up right now, cuz. Right now.
I'm pulling up with the gloves. It is crazy though. This is a podcast, sir. Hey, I feel it though. You already know where I stand with it. I'm down for the glove activity with Flackiana. But pulling up to the podcast with the gloves, that's probably why he didn't pull up. You know damn well he don't want to run that with you. And honestly, if someone's deserving of the glove action with Flacco, it's definitely Rich Trapper. Flacco has said some wild things about Rich Trapper. I would even say, just from looking at Rich Trapper's channel before and after Flacco said the things that he has said about Trapper. Trapper's comment section used to really be on his ass. Rich Trapper has thick skin. Rich Trapper has very thick skin.
Appointment. I don't know why he was coming. He's like, man, I ain't gonna come. He already apologized.
Stay where it's safe at. Stay where it's safe at. That's all good. Stay where it's safe at.
Flacco's a buster, bro.
It got to be a stronger word. That's too light. Don't disrespect the busters.
Nah, I'm disrespecting busters.
He's a civilian. Does that count?
I'm a civilian. I'm a civilian.
Does that count?
You a man. You a man. Civilian shit. You a man.
You a man on
my. You a big nigga. That's it. Because it's a gang of niggas in that chat that don't gang bang, that ain't gonna let it spit on them.
Team T-Real, homie.
Who?
Oh, that's all thighs and knees.
What Flacco say?
My man, hands and knees, hands and knees. That's all thighs and knees.
25-year-old man get invited to a podcast.
That's all thighs and knees.
90% of their airtime talking about me.
You a fan.
No, you don't want me. No, we talking about you a fan.
I know you a fan.
Keep making me rich.
Hey, hold on. Wait, hold on. Radio, real quick, radio.
General
T-Real.
Hell no, how you gonna say radio after you didn't even, both of them was talking over Terrell trying to read the super chat?
Who for the interview? Flacco hit you because he wanted to sit down and do an interview with me?
Yeah, he said,
right. Home team, nigga, stop playing, nigga. Oh yeah, that's how that went. That's how that went.
Big Buster bitch.
Yeah, all right, all that, nigga. You a fan,
Big
I know.
Buster,
I know you mad. You and all 15,000 of your troll accounts go crazy in the chat, I know. Pull up and knock on that door.
Oh, you think he got troll accounts?
I don't think shit, nigga. He's an excuse for failure.
The boy, listen, bro. Look, first of all, the nigga say box every day.
How you get fatter?
And you get fatter.
That's a great question. You know, I finally folded and downloaded Chat GPT, y'all. You know, I'm a Googler. I still am gonna mainly use Google, I think. But I asked Chat GPT some scenarios about like who would win between myself and Poetik Flakko, and in a boxing match, that is. And I just wanted to know. I was just curious to see what the AI thought. And the AI, every time it sized Flacco up, it made sure to account for his lack of physical conditioning. It assumed that he would probably lack the discipline to really train enough to be competitive in a boxing bout. And things like that. That's a very good question by ODM Slim there. It's something that everybody we would love to know the answer to that question. How does one train boxing every day, supposedly, or even just every so often, twice a week, and not only maintain a very unhealthy weight, but allegedly gain even more weight. That doesn't make any sense. The calories being consumed must be pretty high. Gotta be like 5,000 plus calories a day in order to not only maintain but to gain weight with that supposed level of physical activity, which I don't believe is possible. I don't think those legs, the meniscus and the ACL and the MCL, all that stuff, I don't think that stuff's holding up if that dude was really training how you know, boxing training is. I think we would see him come in with some crutches into the no jumper office one day, like, oh, you know, tore my shit right clean tear. Gonna be a little rehab because I was working out, you know. And honestly, that would be commendable. But hey, man, the journey, more power to you. But to just, you know, be a lazy tard, but swear that you're not, that's where you become irritating. But anyways, this is where ODM Slim and Rich Chopper really start to cook. Because as most of you know that have been following this channel, I have this reoccurring question that pops up from time to time in regards to Poetik Flakko, the YouTube channel. And that is, where is the plaque? You like to flex how much money you make a month off of YouTube, supposedly. You like to flex, you know, your small body Mercedes Benz. You asked Rockstar on a Clubhouse call with like 30 people watching a few months ago, and I covered it because it was hilarious. Like, yo, Rockstar. What do you think if I upgrade to a Rolls Royce? He got laughed at. Like, everybody was just shocked that he even asked. Like, what do you mean? Like, you want to drive a Rolls Royce? You want to drive a Rolls Royce around Los Angeles? One, you ain't supposed to drive the Rolls, and you're supposed to sit in the back unless you got the coupe. But then two, why would you want to put that big of a target on your back in LA? I don't care if you just driving from home to work and back home, and not even stopping to get McDonald's or nothing. You getting everything DoorDash, Uber Eats, all that. You know what I'm saying? That's still not smart. Somebody's gonna see that shit, and you know, I'm following this Rolls Royce home. You better be vigilant. You driving a Rolls Royce in LA, or you know, somebody who's well respected, or at least got the funds to have security. Getting a used Rolls Royce is wild. But yeah, anyways, point is, this is somebody that likes to flex. Obviously he's considering buying a 2014 Rolls Royce. He likes to flex a lot. You would think that somebody that flexes like that would have shown off a YouTube plaque at some point in this journey to 200,000+ subs that he's currently at. He's gonna be at like 300,000 subs before August is over, at the pace that he's going. So if I'm not mistaken, wouldn't that mean that you should have your third plaque by then? I would like to see all three plaques, a photo, video, something. And, you know, I hear that you can buy plaques, just like you can, you know, bot views and things like that. I don't know if that's something that he does. But you know, some people are speculating that maybe that's what the brother that went back to Liberia that is trained in IT, they suspect that maybe there might be a bot farm in other places than China. I don't know. What I do know is that I've never seen any post or any recording of this YouTube plaque that most creators do show at least once. You don't have to have it behind you in every video like some people. That's a personal decision. But people just want to just throw it on the Instagram story, something, man. Community post, anything. They say it gets there in like 30 days or less. I know Sharp got his pretty fast. In like 3 weeks, it came with a little dent in it, but he got his very fast. Point and Shoot got his very fast. Where's yours?
He get fatter, because what's the condition of that?
So y'all really don't fuck with Flakko?
Nah, man, I love Flakko,
bro.
I love Flakko, man. Come hang out. Come knock on the door, come power with us. I fuck with bro. I'm a fan. You see the numbers that nigga does? Oh man, he's a legend.
He's a legend.
He's a legend. He's so fire, he don't need a plaque.
Exactly.
He's so fire, he don't need a plaque. I want to be like Flakko. Come knock on the door, come sit down, come kick it with us.
Why niggas don't got plaques? That's all I want to like.
I'll buy everybody lunch.
I want to have a plaque like y'all niggas.
Man.
I'm trying to be like a nigga that have a plaque.
2 plaques.
I ain't trying to be like the other niggas. I want to be like the other niggas that have a
You plaqued up, right, T-Real?
I want to be like
you plaqued up.
I want to be like niggas with plaques.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be plaque. I want to be the Milk 7-4s. I want to be none of the other niggas with no plaques. With all these just all
Flakko too fire for a plaque, bro. Come on now, that's big Flakko.
I want a plaque. I'm gonna be like a plaque nigga.
Man, I'm trying to be just like.
I'm trying to be like a plaque
fuck
nigga.
Mike, nigga, be like Flock.
I want to be a plaque nigga. Fuck that.
Oh God.
Flacco ain't got a plaque.
I mean, he got 100,000 plus followers.
He gotta have one if he got that.
Yeah, no, he got to.
Yeah,
He got to.
He
Man,
gotta have
man,
He got
yeah.
more subs. He got more subs than us.
Exactly. He got a plaque though.
Yeah, because he a joint. He a joint
without a plaque.
He's a jointiest joint.
Why you think he ain't got a plaque?
He don't got a plaque.
Oh.
Where do y'all be getting this information about?
You ain't. I think that he just don't want us to see the plaque because we're not worthy. That's what I think.
Oh, so he said y'all bums and y'all ain't got no plaque.
Big bums.
Yeah,
Big.
fuck it,
But
we got a
look, you got to be a bum too because you ain't seen it.
What, his
With your
plaque?
bum ass.
I ain't never seen his
Oh,
plaque.
Because we bums, nigga.
But do you got to show off your plaque?
Nah, man.
Why not?
Nah, man.
That's an accomplishment.
A
right?
tree ain't got to tell you
Hold
it's a
on.
tree.
Hold on.
Hide behind that.
If a nigga
Flacco, I
show
got
that's
you,
what.
man.
Listen, bro.
Don't trip. Hide
If a
behind
nigga
that.
joint. Listen, first of all, I want a joint.
There you go.
A joint is a real nigga. But yeah, keep looking this way. A joint is a real nigga, bro. On the dead homies, right? So he want to be a joint. So you start dissect how you a joint. Let me see the joint. Ooh, nigga smell like shit. Dead homies. A joint gonna smell like some fire. Straight up, nigga. Ass smell like ass is crazy. Cause you got people in service. Nigga, listen, no jumper say they smell like ass. His own people say he smell like ass.
His own people is crazy.
They say his body odor getting better. They say it. His body
That's
odor
fire.
getting better.
Good job. That's fire. That's fire.
Oh, Josh.
That's fire.
They said it. People that gave him a hug and niggas watch point shoot shit. Point shoot like nigga, he's like, yeah, his body odor getting better. He like,
I personally think that Josh gives a very great take on Flacco. Shout out to Josh. He does a great job.
and even when people hug him, the girl hugged him, she's like, whoa. Come on.
So you can have as much money as you want. Take a shower, bro.
That's all I say.
Take a shower.
Put
Straight
some
up.
shoes on, take a shower.
Yeah, my nigga. Take care of yourself because on the back end you represent Islam like you a Muslim and all that. You a poor representation of that. But we ain't gonna get to that.
Oh no, I didn't do that. Don't do that.
He represent that? I didn't know he was Muslim.
His
Flacco,
height-
you need to get here, man. I didn't know that.
He's Muslim?
And he should be representing himself and that culture a whole lot better than what he do online if you really about that. But that's not my business. That's
So
not my
Flacco
spiritual
fast?
practice.
I don't know, no, never. Flacco ain't fast one time in life. No, stop.
No.
He probably do.
Six over here laughing at you, Flacco. Bro, why you asking?
Yo, he like 7 days of
I
fasting.
just asked if he be fasting.
Like this man took that.
Six is laughing at
I
you,
do that
Flacco.
at the
It's a
end of
stupid question. Why is that a stupid question? He
To them
can
knees,
fast.
cuz. He don't fast with them knees. Look at them knees, cuz.
Just because it's only 30 days.
But them knees is crazy,
How much
cuz.
weight he's supposed to lose in 30 days?
Them knees is crazy,
You can lose a
cuz.
lot of weight in 30 days.
They violated him. I told y'all they was about to violate him during that whole not even the whole thing. They did not spend 90% of the airtime talking about Flacco. I believe that was the only time for that entire stream that they really talked about him, and it was because he he was typing in the chat, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, back on Fig. Let's transition over to Community now, another podcast in the Fig community world, right? And so AD, he is the defender of the Jalo. He's the guardian of the Jalo, I should say. Any verbal smoke, any physical we seen with the no jumper stuff, AD's gonna be there by his side for the most part. When it got real, he did say like, you can't just keep talking reckless, thinking I'm about to always be there to defend you. It's like a big brother, little brother dynamic for real when you think about it. But like the little brother is taking, the big brother's street cred a little too far every chance they get. But in this particular instance, this is just verbal altercation, and AD's gonna show his loyalty to Flacco. When it comes to Rich Trapper trying to, get his narratives off and whatnot. And, it is what it is. I do feel like Rich Trapper did get a little shortchanged or whatever on his community appearance because of AD not wanting to offend Flacco. And I don't know why they're so close. I guess he grew to like him while they were working at No Jumper. And honestly, okay, so my assumption for why AD likes Flacco so much is possibly that they're like bonded through trauma. The trauma that Adam 22 bestowed upon his employees during that AD and Terrell Duno run at No Jumper, right? all these guys that you see on the Community World, the main ones were at No Jumper as on camera talent. Other than Pun, I guess he was behind the scenes, and then he started transitioning to being on camera towards the end of the run. But yeah, so I think it's trauma, and the clip that's gonna play at the end will kind of tie it all together. But it has something to do with the clip. Well, it's not a clip; it's the audio joint that I played earlier. There's more, okay? Just a little more, not a crazy amount, but there's more. And I think that this trauma from these like freak off podcasts that they were doing pre plug talk era, No Jumper Patreon, I guess, was more cracking back then, and they were selling the have the girls come up and get butt naked interviews, except for sometimes it would be AD and Flakko two manning the interview with, like, let's say a Kazumi and someone else, or this actor and this actress. Well, sorry, not actor, actress and actress. So they were like the two-man duo for whatever reason. I would assume, T-Rail's not about to agree to doing that. Or maybe he did do something, I just didn't stumble upon him. I know he was in the office for some of them. Do know sometimes would be sitting there with Adam. So like they would mix up the different two-man crews and whatnot. But from the clips that I stumbled upon, Flacco and AD was kind of the main crew for for this thing. And AD does this very strange thing while one of the adult talents was like doing her thing, doing her dance, and showing off, advertising her different services. AD took it upon himself to be the live music. He would like do the thing where you grab a pencil and make a beat on the desk, and it's like it's damn near a slave beat. It's really quite fascinating. You guys will get to hear a little bit at the end here, but yeah, I have to get that all out of the way now, because we're gonna let this clip play pretty much through unless something makes me just feel like I have to stop it. But that is what you're hearing is them doing honestly freak off activities is the best way I could put it. Now, I see why some people were so excited to report that Diddy got what was it, 4 out of the 5 things dismissed or whatever it is. Only one charge is sticking, and it wasn't really freak off stuff. People are real happy because they were running freak offs on camera essentially. Now I don't know if any of the hosts were going further and doing what Adam does on camera. There's no evidence of that I'm aware of. However, the vibes are kind of disturbing from the stuff that I've seen. I obviously cannot play the videos on YouTube, but if you go join their Patreon, you can go and see the examples of what I'm talking about. It's just that Plug Talk kind of took over and replaced that content, if I'm not mistaken. But before Plug Talk, they were kind of blending the line too much. I would joke all the time about that gray table, as Gangland Neem calls it, the Zest desk. I would joke when people would put their bare skin on it or roll a blunt up on it and things like that. Like, oh, you might not want to do that. You might be getting some booty crumbs and stuff. You don't know what they doing on the after hours show on that same exact desk that's so famous with the No Jumper setup. Now it's those nasty couches. The one with the Jala tarp, shout out to Point and Shoot. Yeah, now it's those. But before it was all at the desk and in this little room. And anyways, let's get into it.
Bagdo Media.
Flacco tapped in.
I don't want no problems, man. You
that said, tell them broke bum, show me 100K or take my.
Oh, I did this.
Flacco talk crazy, kid.
Y'all should do like, instead of fighting, y'all should do like a bowling challenge or some type of sports challenge.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Can I ask you a real question?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Because I'm not actually laughing. I'm fake laughing to show my allegiance to the almighty Jala. He's not. Is that a real laugh, y'all? Like, come on. Let's be for real. Who laughs like that if they're actually laughing? if you were actually laughing to that degree, there's no way somebody's saying, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" You just stop just like that. Hell no.
Without you giving no excuses, just a simple
No
yes or no?
excuses. No excuses.
If that was sitting right there, he would have said that.
I would like to believe yes.
AD.
I'm not capping.
But what you know about me off camera and all that.
Yes, but listen.
Man, forget off camera. We seen them sit down at No Jumper, and Flakko didn't have none of that same energy. And granted, it was before it got as heated as it is now, but still, if Flakko was buried in that laptop. That was one of my early videos was covering how Rich Trapper actually was at No Jumper as a part of, I think it was a Thursday show or some shit. Like, come on, bro. Talking about, yeah, he would keep the same energy. No, he wouldn't. And if he would, it's only because he's at your shit, AD. Because he knows that you would protect him.
Okay.
One thing that I do know. One thing, no, this ain't got nothing to do with no. One thing that I do know, right?
Yeah.
It's like academics, right?
It's safe on that text.
It's like academics. Bro, if you was to Flakko up right here on camera, right? You would get no points.
I would never fight Flakko on camera.
No, listen. If you
I just want the record to reflect. I would never fight Flakko on camera.
If you was to fight Flakko, right? You wouldn't get no points for beating his.
Can I ask you a question?
No, hold on.
Go ahead.
Nigga,
Go ahead.
Right? But if he gave you any type of resistance, it's an L for you.
Okay.
You got more to lose than he got to lose when it come down to that.
All right.
And don't let him get with you.
Okay, hold on now. That's actually decently disrespectful when you think about it. If I were being described as that, as it's a lose-lose scenario to fight you, man, that's actually disrespectful. You got described as a lose-lose. Usually when you're described as a lose-lose fight, it's like, oh, well, that's a female and you're a man, so either way, you lost, buddy. Or, oh, that's like, a 125-pound gay person. You're losing regardless because you're a bully if you win, and you got knocked out by the 125-pound gay person if you lose. Either way, you probably just don't engage. That's actually disrespectful. Okay, AD, I see you.
Because it's going to be over after that. You're going to blow that up even more.
My turn.
Go ahead.
Right.
Quick question. Off camera. Because again, on camera, come on now. What if, hypothetically speaking, I don't care about who do or don't respect it?
Then that's just you.
But you say?
What if because the comments that I see a lot, and let's take this past Poetik Flakko. I see a lot in the chat. I see a lot of people say, oh, we wouldn't respect it, we wouldn't respect this. And this is just coming from a human level. We all content creators, we all fathers, we all men. We all men.
All men.
A lot of people in our space hide behind doing things. Let's use academics, for example. You get marked out by, who you get marked out by. You go home, you start talking, yelling in the camera like you ain't get marked out because you secretly embarrassed and humiliated, you feel away about yourself. And, you say what you say, you do what you got to do to save face. But the person that got at you didn't get at you on camera. He didn't get at you for the clout. He got at you because whether you a buster, whether you a real one, you said something to him, and he didn't care about the respect or the perception of anyone else. He needed you to atone for your sins to his face. Everybody don't care about the clout of the camera or the respect of the chat. In certain situations, my root issue with Poetik Flakko is my kids were spoken on.
Which, like I said, when it comes to kids, I
all I'm
move my hands away from that.
So
I don't play with people's kids.
So all I'm gonna say on that note is, you know what I'm saying? Hey, continue to do your thing, continue to drive your numbers up, and God bless everybody involved in the situation.
So you got okay. Well, I ain't even gonna ask that because if you talk
I know how to answer all questions.
No. Because if it's something with your kids, then
not only is something with my kids,
that's for life.
Knowing I got an open court case, where I'm going through now, so I can talk about it a little more freely.
Yeah.
But while all this is going on, you're mentioning it on that platform and sending little messages and clips to the judge.
That's where I take issue with Poetik Flakko and how he gets down, how he uses his perceived position of power. You go out of your way. If you go out of your way to take unalivers off the street, that's one thing. If you're going out of your way to take people that have sexual crimes and whatnot off the street, that's one thing. That's commendable to most people, right? Like I always say, I'm not no street dude, So a lot of that stuff, that's commendable. You want to snitch on people like that, for sure. Go ahead and get it off. Where it becomes nasty work and where I can't get down with it and I have to say something, because a lot of y'all probably wonder, like, well, why does Just Clips even have smoke with Flacco? It's not like they've had any interactions like what Rich Trapper just explained. And it's just that the things he does online are truly disgusting to me. The fact that you get into it with certain rappers and go out of your way to try to snitch on them and try to hurt whatever cases they already got going on, that's where it's nasty. If you see somebody do something, disgustingly illegal, I don't know, I'm not gonna get into specific examples, but let's just say if Poetik Flakko sees somebody catch a body in the no jumper parking lot and he goes and tells on them because he felt like that was wrong, that person didn't deserve to lose their life, I'm not gonna say nothing negative about that. Like, he wants to go and do that, snitch on that situation, for sure. But when it's oh, I just hate Punch Made Dev, I want to see him rot in jail, I want to see him, unalived. He said the same thing about Future, Lil Durk, like rappers that the Punch Made Dev shit, he had a back and forth with. Like the other ones, he ain't even had no interaction with them. And he's wishing the worst possible outcomes on them. It rubs people the wrong way. Now, I'm not even like a fan like that of, rap, to where I'm just like, oh, let me ride for my favorite artist, like how academics and people do for Drake. But when I see disgusting behavior, I have to say something. I have to call you out. That's just how I am. I'm not gonna hold my tongue when I see someone just moving disgusting. And what we just heard is disgusting to me. If that man is in a custody battle, regardless if you have YouTube beef or not, you're tweaking. If you're sending clips to the judge, going on the platform and saying little shots and stuff, I'm liable to say that's not even that big of a deal. But to send, make sure that the judge receives clips via email or whatever avenue that you found out how to do that, you are a disgusting person. There's not much else I can even say on that other than you make me sick to my stomach. Your actions do. The fact that somebody can hop on here, and I don't know if it's a fact, but for a Rich Trapper to hop on here and say that that's the stuff you're doing behind the scenes, nah, bruh. That type of stuff gotta stop. That gotta stop. I don't care. You can, like I said when bro made his little video, and in my response video that I did within 48 hours of his response, I said, you might want to keep it content, bro. Keep it content. I'm not tripping. You want to occasionally be like, oh, Just Clips, that idiot can't even get the audio right on all his videos or whatever it is, whatever the roasting point is. For sure, get it off, bro. I don't care. But it's when you want to take things to these nasty levels where it shows that you haven't changed from the person that we've been talking about. We being this entire section of the internet has been talking about for years and years. I'm new here, but people have been talking about your situations for years, and your nasty way of moving online. I'm not calling you David Jalla or none of that shit. I never did. I was just asking a question. But as far as the weird internet activities, but then also sending clips of somebody to the judge, hoping that they lose a custody battle, that's beyond foul. And you'll have to answer to that, not to me, not to the next man over there, none of that. You'll have to answer that to whatever God you pray to, brother. And you might want to really consider change. But anyways, this has been another episode of Just Clips 1. Thank you for watching, y'all. If you are new to the channel, you're hearing the end right here of another video, so you might as well hit subscribe. And if you're a reoccurring viewer that's not subscribed, get out of the Gilligan zone, as Milk would say, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss none of these hot off the press joints. We're gonna be eyes glued to the screen or really ears. I'm gonna be all ears to hear what happened with King Pill and Adam 22. I'm sure I'll be dropping another video, Wednesday night, Thursday morning type of timing, and all that good stuff. For all y'all that have been loyal supporters, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Without y'all, it wouldn't be possible to have this level of growth that the channel is experiencing. It's really dope. Really dope to be building a community, seeing reoccurring, profiles pop up and all that is just really dope. I couldn't be more grateful to be in this position, and I hope that I continue to grow as a content creator. And I don't think I'll ever necessarily call myself a journalist, pseudo maybe, blogger maybe, whatever, commentary channel for sure. But whatever I am in this space, I just look to grow and become better and better at it. And keep on entertaining y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Peace. Be safe out there.
Oh, yo, and he's gonna be.
Can we turn on some music?
I'll shoot you.
Is this the music?
Yeah. Josh, just put something up. I was getting some money. I was fucking some hoes. I was getting some money. I was fucking the hoes. Hey.
A little dance on my friend. Let's go.
No.
Let's go.
No.